Hello, my name is Jim, and I'm so thankful you're even checking out this video. And the main reason behind this video is just to kind of share with you how Awake My Soul has come to be. And I want to share with you kind of my dream and just kind of how this all started. And the reason I want to share this with you is so that you know what you're getting yourself into by being a part of Awake My Soul. And really what I'll do is I'll just start with the story of really where all of this came from. And it starts with I came into work one morning, and I had just got done with a 61.05 mile run. In one day I ran from Sioux City to Kingsley to Orange City, and it was about 61.05 miles. And I came into work the following day, and I was wobbling, kind of like a penguin, because I was a little sore after running 61 miles in a day. And then a lady came up to me, and I had her daughter in the youth group, and so she knew that I would speak to the youth group kids each Wednesday. But she came up to me and she asked me why I was sore, and I said, well, I ran 61 miles. And she's like, what? You did what? Like, yeah, I love to run. It was a little painful, but it was great. I got to do it because I was helping out a transitional house in Orange City. And she's like, Jim, I could see you running, using your love and passion for running, and using your love and passion for speaking to students. I could see you using that in the future. Maybe you would run across Iowa and do that for your job. And I left that conversation with that lady. When I was talking with her, I was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. But I left that conversation just kind of like, that's a dumb idea. Not saying that she was dumb, but it wasn't a conventional idea. But I went home that night and I just started thinking about what she said, and it was almost like this little seed that was planted in me that was kind of the beginning of this whole Awake My Soul. And so I started dreaming, what would it look like to run and speak across running and speaking? What would that look like? And so I started dreaming, and I would take time and I'd compile a bunch of ideas and thoughts, and why would I do this? And then I would just kind of take it and I would just say, I put it aside. And I remember praying and asking, or telling God, if you want me to do that, you're going to have to bring that up again. And so for about the past 3 years, that specific dream with running and speaking has come up 6 times. And it would always come up, I'd get really excited, and then I'd say, this isn't conventional. This isn't what normal adults do. So I kind of push it aside and say, God, if you want me to do that, you're going to have to bring it up again. And at the end of this last ministry year I've been a middle school youth director at Sunnybrook the last 4 years. And at the end of this last ministry year, the idea, this dream came up again. And I remember thinking, all right, God, if you want me to do this, you're gonna have to direct and lead and guide me in this process. And I remember saying, God, I'm going to take 2 months. I'm going to take 2 months to pray about my job as a middle school director, and to pray specifically about this dream and running across Iowa and speaking to people. And so during those 2 months, this was my prayer. I take my job, God, I give it up and over to you. And during those 2 months, I talked with mentors, I talked with friends, I talked with my family, I talked with my bosses, and I kind of just shared with them my idea, where my heart was about this dream that I had the last 2 or 3 years. And at the end of that 2-month period of praying each day, just praying that simple prayer, I just decided I'm going to do this. That I was going to take a step, a risky, unconventional step, and pursue running across Iowa, speaking to students, to adults, to elderly. And with the help of other people, we named this thing that I'm doing, this dream, Awake My Soul. And I don't know many other people that have done something like this, a year-long trek in a state. But I'm sure there's somebody out there. I mean, people have run across the whole United States, and I know of a guy who ran across the Sahara Desert in 111 days, running 42 miles per day. But with this Awake My Soul dream, really what it has been is God calling me into this new unknown territory. And so for a year, I'm going to speak up to 400 times to, like I said, students, adults, elderly, all with the goal of inspiring, challenging, and equipping them to use their God-given abilities and passions well. Mine happen to be running and speaking, but for others it might be something completely different. And so my goal for this year-long journey is just that, is to help other people awake their soul to the passions that they have, those gifts that they have within them. And so I just want to share with you the story of how Awake My Soul has come to be. And just so you know, if you decide to either sponsor, to pray, to be on a team, whatever, so that you know what you're getting yourself into. So I just want to say thanks, and thanks for watching this video.